The nurse was asking me to rate my pain when my phone lit up with my mother's name and went dark again. She didn't wait for me to answer. She sent a text instead. I can't stay. He needs me right now. The IV dripped. The ceiling hummed. I stared at the crack above my bed and tried to breathe, through a pain that had teeth. 17. Post-op. Alone. I typed back with shaking thumbs. I need you. 3 dots appeared, then vanished. That was the moment. Not the surgery. Not the diagnosis. That sentence. The clean way she chose him. I learned later that betrayal doesn't always arrive screaming. Sometimes it's quiet, efficient, and final. Before him, she was my world. We were a unit. Grocery lists on the fridge, inside jokes, late-night movies on a mattress in the living room because the couch sagged. She told me I was her reason. I believed her because I needed to, because believing made the house feel warm. Then he arrived like a shadow that knew how to smile. Compliments first. Help with rent. A hand on her back that lingered. He talked about sacrifices and adult realities. She started saying my name, the way people say chores. Her phone became a private room. Dinners went cold while she took calls outside. I noticed patterns before I admitted them. Missed pickups. Half-heard arguments that stopped when I entered. A new word in her vocabulary later. Later never came. The night before my surgery, she promised she'd be there when I woke up. She kissed my forehead and said it slow, like a vow. In the morning, I woke to a nurse in an empty chair. By noon, the text arrived. By evening, I understood that hope was a liability. I didn't cry. I learned something better. Control. 10 years passed like a ledger filling with numbers. I worked, I studied, I built a spine out of quiet routines. I learned contracts and credit and how money leaves fingerprints. I learned how people lie to themselves to survive. I didn't talk to her. She didn't try hard enough. Then she came back. She looked smaller at my door. Same eyes, same mouth. New urgency. She talked fast, the way people do when they want to outrun the truth. He was complicated. She'd made mistakes. She needed help. Money first, then reconciliation, then a promise wrapped in guilt. I choose you now, she said. I'll leave him. I watched her hands. They shook when she said his name. They steadied when she said mine. I told her I'd think about it. That's the thing about revenge. It isn't loud. It's patient. It's paperwork. It's letting someone reveal themselves while you take notes. I didn't give her cash. I offered structure. A loan formalized. A plan to start fresh. I paid a lawyer to draft it clean and fair. I insisted on transparency. Bank statements, debts, assets. She hesitated. I smiled. She signed. I found the old pattern still alive. Payments to accounts she didn't recognize. A property she said was sold, but wasn't. His name appeared like a watermark, beneath everything she touched. I didn't confront her. I funded her escape instead. A small apartment in her name. Utilities transferred. A phone on my plan. Distance from him on paper. I told her it was for safety. She believed me because belief is cheaper than fear. Then I waited. He noticed the money drying up. He noticed her independence. He called me once. I didn't answer. He left a message thick with entitlement. I saved it. When the first loan payment missed, I sent a reminder. When the second missed, I sent a notice, calm, professional. When she begged, I listened. When she lied, I let the silence stretch. I filed the paperwork. Default, lien. I moved through systems like, I belonged there because I did. The confrontation happened in a small office with bad art and excellent acoustics. She cried, he raged. I stayed seated. I slid the folder across the table. There was the contract. There were the statements. There was his message. There was the clause she didn't read about misrepresentation. There was the reality she couldn't talk her way out of. I chose you, she said again, softer. I finally spoke. You chose what you needed. So did I. The fallout was efficient. The apartment went. The debt stayed. He vanished the moment responsibility knocked. She had to choose between paying and telling the truth to people she'd curated lies for. She chose silence. It cost her. When it was over, I walked past a hospital on my way home. The lights were on. People waited in chairs. I felt a calm that surprised me. Not joy, relief, like setting down a weight you'd been carrying so long it had become part of your posture. I didn't win because she lost. I won because I stopped waiting. Justice isn't mercy dressed up. its balance restored. 10 years ago, I learned what abandonment sounds like. Today, I learned what quiet strength feels like. I didn't need her to choose me. I chose myself.